Hi, I'm Jay. Welcome back to my channel. We're at part 4, I think, of my coloring book haul for summer. And this might be the last part or the second to last part, depending on how long I talk about the books. This is the last stack that I have over here. And actually part of that stack isn't coloring books, but something you'll, coloring supplies, I say. My this huge pile I had laying around here is now almost gone. It looks almost tidy now here, so yay about that. Let's dive right in. So the first coloring book, so to say, of this part is my newest Coloring Heaven magazine, number 52, World of Princesses special. The illustrations are by Fabiana Trere. I haven't heard of her before at all. It's another one of those, that's why I love Coloring Heaven. They just feature artists I've never heard of, I've never seen, and I just fall in love with. As the title says, it's focused on princesses and princesses all over the world, and a bit of fantasy. So this is a Vietnamese princess, a vampire princess, Ukrainian, Turkish, and it's just girls from all over the world, lavishly decorated. And this is just my instant favorite. I saw this and I just fell in love, obviously, right? Because I love Nefertiti, and that cat looks just like, one of mine. I just, have to do her in black. Really look forward to doing this. Mongolian, Mexican, and mermaid. Has some, that aren't featured usually. Medieval, like Maasai, Maori, and it's not so much here, but she does give some shadows in her pictures. It's very slightly grayscale. You can tell here around the eyes. Korean. Kayan, which I don't know what it is, but I think that's African. But then this looks Asian. Have to look that up. Japanese, Indian, Edwardian. And this one is also so good with the little dragon here. Dark fantasy, Chinese, charmed, butterfly. As you can see, all kinds. Very, very varied girls. So if you like doing girls, then this is really the magazine for you. And again, I really love that I get to know so many different artists through Coloring Heaven. The next two coloring books are pretty special. They are the two coloring books by Shockwaves. She sells them through her Etsy store. I think in July or June she didn't have any for order, but she should have again. She's based in France and she's so sweet. It was wonderful being in contact with her over Etsy. And I really love her art. You might have seen me do some that I printed out in smaller, because I also have the PDF to those books. And I really like having the PDF because then I can just shrink down the pictures and have something manageable. I also got a print by her, this one, because it just makes me instantly happy seeing all of those colors. I really need to frame it and hang it somewhere. And I also got these little cards with her art, because I couldn't decide on just, what I decided on one print that was already very hard. So I thought, hey, how about I just get, the little cards. So I have lots of her pictures now. I kind of want to laminate them though and have them be shiny. I love love her art. And she said she would make a new third coloring book soon, so I'm really looking forward to that. Sorry, I just had to quickly run. The door was ringing. Where was I? Yeah, so this is all her original art. I think most of these are actually in the coloring books. And as you know, I have always some cards displayed on my desk that I switch out. And at the moment I have these. So this is the print. And let's go into the coloring books. If you get her books, this is the first one, Fantasy Characters coloring book, 2017. If you get her books, then you have a choice between marker paper and watercolor paper. And I waffled so long about this decision. Oh, look at those, I love her art. Because, well, you know, I want to use color pencils mainly, and neither marker nor watercolor, and I do want to do a marker base. Oh, isn't she gorgeous? So I ho-hummed about it, and I didn't know, and in the end I went with watercolor paper, and I'm pretty glad I did, because I'm very sure that this paper also takes color pencils. Let me try and show it to you. See whether I can show you that. Can you see that? It's very slightly textured. Doesn't want to come into focus. It's very, very slightly textured. So it will be really good with watercolor, but I'm pretty sure that you can also use color pencils on it. It's not as rough as I thought it would be. It's yeah, has a texture, but not that much. And the marker paper is just, as far as I know, way too smooth to use color pencil on at all. You can only use markers there. So if you want to use markers, go with the marker paper, and if you want to use anything else, basically go with the watercolor paper. Or if you want to be sure and don't need it physically, then just get the PDF. I mainly wanted these for collection purposes because I love her art so much. Oh, I've done this. Printed out, actually. Oh, there. This is my version, just half size. It's spiral bound, and some of the binding does go into the bigger pictures here. But you gain that the rest of the picture is easily available. So you don't lose anything to the spine. Oh, I did her too. Here. Again, printed out. So half size. So this is just goes way quicker. That's why I really like this. I do want to try some of these in watercolor. Yeah, and you might remember that you've seen these in the little cards. Oh, I love her art so much. I really look forward to having a third coloring book by her. And the paper is so thick. So yeah, this is the first coloring book by Shockwaves, the 2017 one. And this is the second one by her Natural Enchantment coloring book 2018. It's the same deal here. It's the same paper, same thickness. Her art, or the lines are sometimes not as bold here, they're a bit more grey. But again, it's so wonderful, wonderful art. really glad to have these two in my collection. And I think the first book first was available with different paper, but now if you buy them now, she, the printer she uses prints. They changed the paper after the first book, I think, and all copies you can get now have the same paper for the first and the second one. Ah, see, this is, I just have this card displayed right here. See. This is how her original picture looks, if you need any inspiration for this. Yeah, these are the two coloring books by Shockwaves, Fantasy Character coloring book 2017 and Natural Enchantment coloring book 2018. I love her art. The next books I have are all by Lulu Mayo. 1,000,000 Cats, 1,000,000 Dogs, 1,000,000 Bears, 1,000,000 Owls, and 1,000,000 Unicorns. I got all of those because, well, actually, you know, I love dogs, but I'm not that big of a dog person. But I found a seller who sold all 4 of those. And this is the UK published version by, what's the publisher? Michael O'Mara. And you couldn't find the old book published by Michael O'Mara anymore, except for in this collection of 4 books, which also, you know, per book it came out pretty cheap. So I got this collection of 4 books, and then I pre-ordered the unicorn books, and it arrived with me. So I have 5 of the 6 book that Lulu has published in the series. I am missing the Sloths book, and while this is sweet, Sloths isn't my kind of thing, so I don't think I will get it. Let's just, you know, quickly flip through. I really love this foiled cover. And like with many artists, I think this is one of her earlier books, and I think her art just got better and better with each book. But I mean, this is Cats, so obviously I have to love it. And it was on my wish list for so long, and then I think I saw Misa, who got most of these and showed them, and then I was like, yeah, okay, maybe I should. And then I saw the collection with the 4 books in one, and then I was like, yeah, well, what the heck. This is 1,000,000 Dogs. Same thing. Just Lulu's distinct art now with dogs. Lots of dogs. Then we get to 1,000,000 Bears, which are mostly panda bears actually, but which are so sweet. Oh, look at those. And you can see, I think she got a bit more imaginative, and yeah, I think her style just, you know, advanced. So I already like this better than the Cats and the Dogs book. And it's lots of pandas. What's not to love about pandas? Oh, and polar bears. Lots of bears. Then comes 1,000,000 Owls, which is my second favorite by her. Just love the owls. I mean, who doesn't, right? Just look at those. And I like that here she starts to incorporate other characters from her previous book, like, you know, the dogs. Lots of other animals, like, what is it? Giraffes maybe? Or zebras? No, that's a giraffe. Here are the panda bears from the previous book. Here are bunnies. So I'm pretty sure, you know, we'll see bunnies, a bunny book by her soon. And I just love the owls. Here again, bunnies and the pandas. Big bunny. This is such a, you know, quirky style. Really love this. Oh, there was a kitty. There's another kitty. As I said, it incorporates the other characters from her other books. And then we come to my absolute favorite book. I pre-ordered this as soon as I saw that she would publish it. A Million Unicorns, and I was not disappointed. This is just the best book ever. Has, you know, all kinds of chubby unicorns, and here she even, you know, incorporates even more of the characters of the previous books. So you have sloths here, cats here, the unicorn is here. Mercorns, unimers. There's a bunny. I really love this too. Uni Pegasi. Just love this. It's so good. So sweet. Lots of cats. Cat corns. So basically all the previous characters in the book just got, you know, unicorn horns. There's a panda. Narwhals. Because obviously they fit in here too. Hugging polar bears. This is just so cute. Just want to, you know, color it all in rainbow colors. There's actually one picture in here. This one, I think it is. I saw Olivier do it in rainbow colors, super bright colors. It looks so gorgeous. Do go and check her Instagram out. I don't know whether she did a video on this. It just looks so good. I really want to do this like she did. Just looked so good, and because of the black background, it just makes the colors pop. Yeah, A Million Unicorns by Lulu Mayo, and the whole rest of the collection. Bears, dogs, cats, and owls. And as I said, if you're like sloths, she has a book with sloths. Really, really happy to have almost a complete collection by Lulu. And we stay with this very quirky style, because now come 3 books that are very, very unique. They're all by Jen Katz, and they're all called Über Salatsonaten und Mondscheinkatzen. Well, you know, I can translate it for you. It still doesn't make more sense. It's like Salat Sonata and about Salat Sonata and Moonshine Cats. Well, and you know, the art is just like the title is. And I have all 3 of these. She released 1, 2 first, and then she released 3, and then just recently she released 2. And this is the one that I saw on Misa's channel, and I saw this before and it was just a bit too weird for me, but when Misa showed the second one on her channel, I went and just bought all 3 of them immediately. Jen is a German artist too, so I always like to support, you know, my local artists, and she's just so super sweet, really, and just makes me so happy to have these books by her. And yeah, I always keep them in the foiling. So this is the first book, and she always sends these with lots of goodies. So a little card, thank you card, and this is a little image, extra image. I think it's from the book on thick cardstock. I'll thank you, that you can color in. And the peculiar thing about this book is it's basically one long picture. It's very tightly bound, so see whether I can actually show it to you. So this is basically the whole book, right? And this is the last picture. And just one long picture, and you can see it's very spacey. She actually sells, I don't know whether she still does, but limited editions of, you know, the book in on one page. It's so cool. And you can see, as I said, the art is very quirky. And to me it just calls for watercolor. Really does. And it's just, you know, you have to look at those pictures for a long time to see all of these things. Like, can you see the little piggy here? And this looks like a seal cat or something. This too, look at that. And it's just so cute and quirky. Love her book. It's just really something special, so even if I never get around to color in here, really like to have it in my collection. So, the first one. Did that belong to that too? I think so. Then the second one, as I said, this is the newest one actually, with all the goodies. Again, a little sweet thank you card and two pictures from the book. This is actually in the first book. This is the one with the little piggy. Really love these. I can just, you know, imagine coloring these and then just hang them all on the wall. And I just love that she's so generous with the freebies. I actually got with my order, I got this one too, which is a little notebook. So cool. So the second book, again, it is one big picture, and this is even cuter. Still very spacey. But look at this. Isn't this sweet? Just want to paint it all in like pastel colors. And oh, look at those. There's more, you know, town scenery and more greenery. It's a bit more accessible as far as the pictures go, I think. And again, it's a case of, you know, where I really like the art more, the further the artist progresses. Look at these little flying sheep bees, and the strawberries here. And it's also less has less intricate details. The little characters are bigger, all of them. Oh, look at those. Just so imaginative. It's just so stunning. Yeah, this is the second one. It's my favorite of the three. And the third one. Again with all the freebies. So, she's so amazing. Little one like this. It's a watermelon scene with watermelon boats. Cacti. And I have the actual thank you card with a little note in the back. It's the little sheep flies, sheepies, bee sheeps. Love this. And then she added a little postcard and her business card. So, the third book by Jen Katz. Again, this is the overview of the whole picture. Up, and there goes. And again, this is also a bit the watermelon birds. Bit less intricate and a bit bigger in the characters as the first book. So I think back in the day I only saw the first book and thought it was a bit too busy and, you know, you couldn't really see what it was. But her style changed a bit in the second and third. Little sweets here. So gorgeous. And everywhere you have these super cute, funny characters. It just makes you so happy to just look at the picture and try to find all the things hiding in there. The third book. Über Salatsonaten und Mondscheinkatzen by Jen Katz. She sells these books in her Etsy store. I'll link it below because I think she deserves more attention than she gets. Super sweet.